Welcome to UPSC Vinoth. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic for the prelims, that is WTO, World Trade Organization. We can expect a question from WTO this year. See, every year WTO, IMF, these are all very important topics for the prelims. So you should follow the news with respect to WTO, WHO, all these international organizations. Okay. So why it is in the news? China has approached, see, China has approached WTO and requested consultation with India over India's tariff on information and communication technology products and subsidies given to solar sector. This is second dispute raised by China against India. See, it is news. So we should not focus here. The just China is requesting India over the subsidies. That's all. Now now WTO has various clauses. UPSC generally they will ask. See, earlier they asked peace clause. Earlier, simply they asked peace clause. What is meant by peace clause? Okay. So other just green box subsidy, amber box subsidy, blue box subsidy. All these questions generally UPSC will ask on term-based questions like MC14. What is meant by MC14, like that? Okay. So we should focus on terms here and the and body's name. See, WTO as a body was established in January 1, 1995. So headquarters is Geneva, Switzerland. WTO has 166 member countries. It replaced, see, earlier WTO was a evolved organization. So it is evolved from General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, GATT. General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, which was established in 1947. It was replaced by or else updated by WTO. The main objective of WTO is to promote free and fair trade. The main objective of WTO is promote free and fair trade across the world. It provides it provides platform for trade negotiation, resolve trade dispute, and monitor national trade policies to ensure transparency and predictability in global trade. India is a founding member. See, this is one of the important key points. India is a founding member of WTO. Founding member of WTO. So here the important point for the prelims is just the last point. India is a founding member. Okay. So what is the issue? That is most favored nation. MFN status is a issue. See, this MFN status, most favored nation status, was created under Article 1 of WTO. So for what? For it for the purpose, if the country gives a special treatment to one particular country, it must give the same special treatment to all countries which the country is being traded. It's very simple. It's very simple. Most favored nation. If I offer the most favored nation to the one member of WTO, it must be applicable to all 166 member of WTO countries. That is most favored nation treatment. Okay. And the country has classified. See, who classifies developing? See, it is like the free trade agreement is based on the classification of trade agreements are based on developing, least developed countries. But here the one thing is no one will designate you as a developed country or developing country. It is a self-proclamation. It is a self-proclamation. You should announce your country as a developed country. You should announce your country as a developing country. So no WTO does not designate you as a developing country or developed country, whatever it may be. Okay. So based on that, the special treatments are offered. Based on that, the special treatments are offered. Okay. Here, governance of WTO. Here the important body is a governing body. That is ministerial conference. What is meant by ministerial conference? Generally, they will say MC. Generally, they will say MC. It is a top decision making body. A top decision making body convert they will meet for every 2 years. So ministerial conference is a decision making body. They will meet for every 2 years. General Council, representing all members of the government and acts on behalf of ministerial conference. So General Council, the names are just all the member countries will be presented here. Dispute settlement body. See, one of the most important keyword for the prelims is this dispute settlement body. This dispute settlement body deals with the dispute between WTO members according to understanding on rules and procedures governing the settlement of disputes. So dispute settlement body deals with the dispute between WTO members. That's all. It's very important. Next, appellate body. It was established at 1955. So it is standing body. Seven members are there. Okay. So they will hear the appeal from reports issued by the panel given by WTO dispute members. Okay. So it's very simple. There are ministerial conference, general council, dispute settlement, appellate body. So appellate body will hear the appeals and reports issued by WTO members dispute. Now, another important keyword is WTO dispute settlement process. Generally, they will say dispute settlement process. See, look up on the keyword. UPSC will mostly, they will ask the keywords only. MC, Ministerial Conference. It's a governing body. So, and also now we are seeing to dispute settlement process. See, they won't ask the process. Generally, for request for consultation. So, the request for consultation is the first formal step of WTO dispute settlement process. So, if you will complain, they will consult it and a panel will be formed. If a consultation fails to produce a mutual agreement, if country A accuses country B, first they will request for a consultation. Now the body will sit and consult. If the process is failed, they fail to bring out the result, then it is moved to panel stage. And then finally it is moved to appellate review. Finally, implementation and retaliation. See, mostly they won't ask the question with respect to these areas. But you must know the keywords: request for consultation, panel stage, appellate review, implementation or retaliation. Now, national treatment principles. This is important for prelims. What is national treatment principle? The national treatment principle is the core rule of WTO. What? It is a core rule of WTO, which requires a country to treat import goods and services no less favorable than domestic products, goods and services once they have entered the domestic market. It's very simple. In India, we have apple, Kashmir apple, and we also import apples. So in India, 1 kg apple is 40 rupees. That means Kashmiri apple. So if the importer comes, he should compete with this 40 rupees, so that you should not put more tariff. So he should be equally competable to the domestic market. That is national treatment. You should treat him as a one of your nation, not an outsider. You should not impose more tax and tariff. Yes, you can impose tax and tariff, but it should be as competitive to the domestic products. Okay, you should not discriminate them. That is national treatment. Article 3 of General GATT. So GATT, this national treatment principle is evolved. You should not discriminate in the favor of domestic producers. So now import substitution, another keyword. See, generally they will ask national treatment principle, import substitution. What is meant by import substitution? Import substitution is a trade policy. It's a trade policy approach in which the country seeks to reduce the dependency on import by promoting domestic product. So that is, by promoting domestic product, you should reduce the dependency on import. Under WTO rules, import substitution subsidies, that is subsidies contingents upon the use of domestic goods over imported goods, are explicitly prohibited under agreement on subsidies. That means based on the WTO rules, import substitution subsidies contingent upon the use of domestic goods over the import goods are explicitly prohibited. You should not give more subsidies so that the import goods get costlier, your native goods get cheaper. Subsidies should not do this. That is import subsidies. Import substitution. That is import substitution. Import substitutions are prohibited under WTO. It is very much important. It is prohibited under WTO. You should give equal market representation for the imported goods also. Now, see, there is a term called special and differential treatment plan. There is a term called special and differential plan. Let me explain you that. So this is going to be some bit long discussion, but keep focusing. You will get a question here. Special and differential treatment. What is meant by special and differential treatment? The WTO provides special and differential treatment for developing and least developed countries. See the keyword, for developing and least developed countries. See, what is this? This includes they can give subsidies. They will be treated as with less tariff by other countries for their development for a particular period of time. That's all. That is special and differential treatment. It is a provision for developing countries and least developed countries. So they can, for the trade flexibility, so they will get some advantages over developed countries. Reciprocity. What is meant by reciprocity? Limits free riding and seeking better market accessibility. What is binding and enforcement commitment? These are the these are all the terms comes under WTO. Transparency, safety valve, all these things and all, you know that. Okay. So there is another term called self designation issue. There is another issue with the special and differential treatment, that is self designation issue. What is this? So it is that developing country, developed country, all these terms are are pronounced or else acquired by or else announced by the country itself. China says themselves as a developing country. So India also developing country. India also saying we are developing country. China also saying developing country. See, there is a more difference in that. So this is one of the biggest issue. Self-designation issue. Okay, self-designation issue in special and differential treatment. Okay. The developed country, developing country status are announced by the country itself. Now, China is accusing India in so many problems, so many issues. First thing is they are accusing India for production linked incentive. Production linked incentive. So that just you can have in a mind just China's accusing India over production linked incentive. Okay. Now let us come up with another important issue, in another important term called peace clause. So first of all, we must first I will discuss a peace clause, and I will discuss Punjab farmers protesting in India that India should withdraw from WTO. First, peace clause. What is meant by peace clause? Peace clause itself, UPSC PYQ. This peace clause is applicable to agreement on agriculture. See, what is the peace clause? The peace clause is something. It was outcome of Bali ministerial meeting 2013, allowing developing countries to exceed more subsidies limit on food crops. See, on food crops under certain conditions. So related to public stockholding, it is very simple. Peace clause is that for agriculture products, particularly food crops. Okay, that is related to public stockholding program. Fine. So this is the peace clause. You can store more food when compared to other countries. Simply, you can store more food for PDS, public distribution system, as a public stock holding in the name of public stock holding. Okay, so this is the peace clause. Peace clause is a program substitute country for enacting MSP. MSP. Okay. So, what is the background? Safeguards food security program against WTO actions if subsidy is limited. Yes. So, peace clause is a term. When we use the peace clause, we are safeguarding our food security. What is agreement on agriculture? Agreement on agriculture is that WTO treaty covers market taxes, export subsidies, domestic supported for agriculture. So, categories of agreement on agriculture: green box, amber box, blue box, PYQ. PYQ. Green box subsidy do not distort trade. If you are giving subsidy to a person, it should not distort a trade or else cause minimum disruption. Amber box is that, so broad range of subsidies limited to 5% of agriculture production, 10% in developing countries. Generally you can give for 5%, but in developing countries with the use of peace clause you can give for 10%. Blue box, broad range of subsidy allowed but must be designated to minimize the trade distortion. It should not distort the trade. Next, de minimis subsidies. UPSC may ask question with respect to the term de minimis subsidy. Simply, they can ask. Okay, de minimis subsidy. Okay. Certain subsidies below 5% of the production value for developing countries and 10% of the developing countries are exempted from reduction committee. What is de minimis subsidy? Certain subsidies below 5% of production value for developing countries and 10% for developing countries are exempted from reducing commitments. Okay, so these are all the important terms with respect to peace clause. So Punjab farmers are protesting against WTO. So they are saying that MSP is a legal right. WTO is against MSP. So they want to withdraw from MSP and cancellation of free trade agreement. Okay, so these are all the major concerns. So UPSC may ask the question with respect to this de minimis subsidy, or else generally WTO, basics of WTO, or else dispute settlement body, all these things. And there is one more thing with respect to WTO. There are group names and members. Coherence Group, Friends of Ambition, G33, Cotton 4. You can expect a question from Cotton 4. Okay. Pacific Group. So first of all, we can say what Coherence Group, coalition of agriculture exporting nation lobbying for agriculture trade and liberalization. See, they are lobbying for agriculture trade and liberalization. It's a group for to lobbying for agriculture trade and liberalization. Okay. Then see members. You should. There is no need to mug up the members, except you should know whether India is present or not. Whether India is present or not. Friends of Ambition, seeking for maximum tariff reduction and achieve real market access in non-agriculture market access. So in this also, India is not the member. So no need to remember. G33, Friends of Special Products of in Agriculture, coalition of developing countries. See the word coalition of developing countries. That means there will be developing countries pressing for flexibility for developing countries to undertake limited market opening in agriculture. That is G33. India is a member in G33. Cotton 4, yes, Cotton 4 is important for this year. Western African Coalition. See the keyword. Western African Coalition. Seeking cuts in cotton subsidies. See, in that India is not there. Generally, here they will place India as a member. No, India is not a member. Pacific groups, India is not a member. Developing countries of Pacific Island Forum, that is Pacific group. Okay. So you should see in G33 only India is a member. Coherent groups, Friends of Ambition, Cotton 4, Pacific groups, it is not a member. Okay, UPSC may ask the question with they simply they will ask. They won't dig so much. They won't go for so much important points, more important points like that. Simply they will ask question. Okay. So thank you. Keep following, keep supporting.